Hello everyone. Today we are going to study class 8th physics, that is chapter 2 physical quantities and measurement, part 1. Before starting our chapter, let us study what are physical quantities. So children, physical quantities are those quantities which can be measured. For example, length of pole. Can you measure length? Yes. So what is this length? Length is your physical quantity. Similarly, volume of water. Can you measure volume of water? Yes. So what is this volume? Again, this volume is your physical quantity. Therefore, we can say that mass, length, time, temperature, density, and many others are your physical quantities because these quantities can be measured. I think children this is clear to you. Now, how do we express our physical quantities? We express our physical quantities as a combination of a magnitude and unit. For example, if I say mass of a body is 32 kg, then what is this 32? 32 is your magnitude. And what is this kg? Kg is your unit. Clear? And what is this unit? Unit is a standard measure of a quantity. Now, we are going to study one of our physical quantity, that is density, in this chapter. So children, the lightness or heaviness of an object is directly related to its density. So, when we say that iron is heavier than wood for a given volume, then it simply means that density of iron is greater than that of wood. Children, why do we say that density of iron is greater than that of wood? Or why do we say that iron is heavier than that of wood? Reason, if we take same volume of iron and wood, so what we will find that in iron the molecules are more closely packed as compared to wood. Therefore, we can say that iron is more denser than wood and hence the density of iron is more than that of wood. Conventionally, the density of substance is defined as its mass per unit volume. Mathematically, we can write density is equals to mass upon volume, where mass is given by small m and volume is given by capital V. So children, what is the symbol for density then? Density is given by rho. So we can write rho is equals to small m upon capital V. I think children, density is clear to you. So what is the density? This simply tells how much mass is spread over in a unit volume of the substance. And what is the unit volume? Unit volume is that volume in which the side is either 1 centimeter or 1 meter. Now children, you must have studied units of density in your previous class. Now let us discuss once more. In SI system, unit of density is kg per cubic meter, whereas in CGS system, unit of density is gram per cubic centimeter. Okay. This also you must have read from the given notes. Yes or no? Now children, one more question to you. What is density of water at 4 degrees Celsius? At 4 degrees Celsius, density of water is 1000 kg per cubic meter or 1 gram per cubic centimeter. What does it mean? It means that 1000 kg of water occupies a volume of 1 cubic meter at 4 degrees Celsius. Clear to you? So at 4 degrees Celsius, density of water is given as 1 gram per cubic centimeter or 1000 kg per cubic meter. I suppose this concept of density is clear to you. Now let us come to another topic, measurement of density of irregular solids. Now class, if we want to measure the density of solids, what do we need? Do you remember the formula for density? Density rho is equals to mass small m upon volume capital V. It means for finding density, we require two quantities, mass and volume. So if we are taking irregular solid, the mass of irregular solid we can find by using a physical balance. Whereas for finding the volume of irregular solid, we cannot apply any formula. Why children? Reason, if I give you example of irregular solid, the best example is your stone. So, can you find each sides of the stone even? No. So here you cannot apply any formula for finding its volume because it is your irregular solid. So how can you find the volume of irregular solid? Volume of irregular solid we can find either by using a measuring cylinder or Eureka can. But children, suppose if I talk about regular solid, there how we can find its density. So for regular solids, what are regular solids? Those solids in which all the sides are even. For example, if I take cube. So in cube, all the sides and face are even. So therefore finding the density of a cube, you can apply the formula for finding its volume. Okay. But in case of irregular solid, if you have to find the density, mass you can find by using a physical balance. But for finding the volume of irregular solid, you cannot apply any formula because in irregular solids, its sides are not even. Do you have seen stones? Okay, stones do not have even face. Okay. So for finding volume of irregular solid, either we use measuring cylinder or Eureka can. Now class, here is an activity to determine the volume of irregular solid using measuring cylinder. First of all, what we have to do in this activity? This is your activity. Now, in this activity, what we have to do? If we have to find the volume of irregular solid using measuring cylinder, then you have to take a graduated measuring cylinder. Okay, pour some water in the measuring cylinder and then record the reading of its. Suppose that initial reading is its V1. Now you take one stone, tie a string around the stone and simply immerse it gently into the cylinder without touching its wall. So what will happen, children? The level of the water will rise or not? Yes, the level of the water will rise. And let us say now the final volume of the liquid is V2. Okay. Now if you have to find the volume of the stone, then what you will do? Volume of the stone is equals to final volume. What is your final volume? V2 minus initial volume. Let me write clearly. Volume of the stone, V is equals to final volume V2 minus initial volume V1. Yes or no, children? This difference between the volume will give the volume of the stone or not? How? If we are immersing the stone inside this liquid, so what is happening here? The stone is taking the volume of the water and that volume of the water is getting displaced. And hence the level of the liquid rises in the cylinder. You can see here. Here the volume is, when you pour the liquid in the cylinder, the volume that time is V1. After some time, when you have just simply immerse a stone into the cylinder, so what is happening? The level of the water is rising. Okay, so you will record the value as V2. And what will be the volume of the stone then? That difference. Okay, difference is V is equals to V2 minus V1. This difference will give the volume of the stone. Reason? Because as soon as you immerse the stone inside the water, that space of the water or the volume of that part of the water is taken by the stone and the water level will rise up. Okay, so this difference between the final volume and initial volume will give the volume of the stone. After getting the volume of the stone, you will simply apply the formula of density, that is density rho is equals to mass m upon volume V. Mass you can find by using a physical balance. Volume you have find by using a measuring cylinder. You substitute the value and you will get the value of density. I think I am clear to you, children. Now let us come to another method of finding the volume of irregular solid, that is by using a Eureka can. What is Eureka can? A Eureka can is basically a container with a spout positioned below the top of the container. Where is the spout? This is the spout. And this whole arrangement is for finding the volume of the irregular solid. Can you see this irregular solid? Okay. It is just similar to the previous activity. Now, Eureka can has a spout positioned below the container. This is the spout. Okay. So, this method is class. Let me tell you that this method is also known as displacement method, or you can say that finding the volume of the irregular solid using a Eureka can, and this Eureka can is also known as displacement vessel or overflow jar. Okay, and this container is your Eureka can having a spout positioned below from the top. Okay. Now, suppose if you have to find the volume of the stone using a Eureka can, then what you will do? You will simply fill the Eureka can with water. Let the water drain out from the spout. This ensures that water in the can is filled up to the point of overflowing. First of all, children, let me tell you that before finding the volume of the stone, simply you will take first this Eureka can. You will fill the Eureka can till the brim. Now what will happen? The excess water will overflow initially. Means before placing this cylinder below it, what you will do? You will simply take this Eureka can. Okay. You will fill the Eureka can till the brim. Now what will happen? This upper level water will drain out, and hence the level of the water will be till this position. Here. See, this ensures that water in the can is filled up to the point of overflowing. Okay, till this point. Now, after this, you will place a measuring cylinder below the spout of the Eureka can. Now again, you will take a stone tied with a string. Immerse the stone into the Eureka can. Now what will happen? Again, the stone will take the position of the volume of the water, and that water will rise up, and that water will get displaced and will be collected in this measuring cylinder. See, tie the string around the stone and gently immerse into the can such that it does not touch the wall. The stone displaces some water out of the can. Collect the overflowing water into the measuring cylinder. Record the volume of the water collected in the cylinder. The volume of the stone is the volume of the water collected in the measuring cylinder V. So children, what we are doing in this activity? We are simply taking two things. One is your Eureka can, other is your measuring cylinder. First of all, initially what you will take? You will take this Eureka can. You will fill this Eureka can till its brim, till this level. Now what will happen? The excess water will drain out of the Eureka can. Now the water level will be left till this lower position of the spout. Now again, what you will do? You will place one measuring cylinder below the spout. This is your spout of the Eureka can. And then as soon as you are going to immerse the stone inside the Eureka can, the water level will rise up, and this water will get displaced and will get collected into your measuring cylinder. Now what you will do? Since you have to find the volume of the stone, so the amount of water collected in the cylinder will be equal to the volume of the water collected in the cylinder will be equal to the volume of the stone. Okay, so this is one of the method, that is by using a Eureka can also you can find the volume of irregular solid. Later on you can see the reading from the measuring cylinder, and that reading will give the volume of the stone, because the amount of water displaced from the Eureka can will be equal to the volume of the stone. And later on you can apply the formula for the density, that is density rho is equals to mass m upon volume V. I think I am clear to you, class. And this method is also known as displacement method. Eureka can is also known as displacement vessel or overflow jar. So class, these two are the methods of finding the volume of irregular solid. One method is either using a measuring cylinder, and second method is by using a Eureka can and placing a measuring cylinder under the spout of the Eureka can. Hence, in both the cases, the amount of water in case of Eureka can, the amount of water displaced is the volume of the stone, and in case of measuring cylinder, the amount of water level rise up, that is the volume of the stone. Children, this is clear to you? Now, this is one of the example given to you. Okay. See here. A measuring cylinder is filled with 50 ml of water. Okay. What is the initial volume of the water? 50 ml. A solid with mass 16 kg is then lowered into the cylinder. The water level rises. Now, as soon as in the measuring cylinder, a solid of mass 16 kg is immersed or lowered into it, now what will happen? That stone will displace the amount of water, or the amount of water will rise up. So, what will be the final volume now? 58 ml, that is your V2, and this is your V1. Mass of the solid 16 kg. Initial volume means, what is the meaning of initial? Means before immersing the stone. That time when you haven't immersed the stone inside the cylinder, that time the volume was simply 50 ml. But after immersing stone inside the cylinder, what happened? The level of the water rise up, and that time the volume V2 is, that is your final volume, 58 ml. Now what is the volume of the solid? Final volume minus initial volume, that is your 58 ml minus 50 ml, 8 ml. Therefore, density of solid is equals to, you know the formula, density is equals to mass upon volume. What is the mass of the solid? 16 gram. Volume of the solid, 8 ml. Therefore, after dividing, you get the density 2 gram per ml. Children, I think it is clear to you. Yes? That's good. Now, example 2. You'll go by yourself. You will see this example. If you have any doubt, you will ask me. Now coming to next topic. Measurement of density of liquids. It is very easy to determine the density of liquids as compared to that of solids or gases. Till now we were finding the density of solids. Now here in this topic we will learn how we are going to find the density of liquids. For finding the density of liquids, we will perform an activity with the help of measuring cylinder. Now here you can see activity 3. To determine the density of liquid, what do you require? You require measuring cylinder. Okay. Now first of all, what you will do, children? You will take empty measuring cylinder. Empty measuring cylinder. And you will find the mass of empty measuring cylinder using a physical balance. Now what you will do? In second step, you will pour liquid into the measuring cylinder, and again you will determine the mass of the measuring cylinder. So suppose we say that mass of the empty measuring cylinder is M1, and mass of the, this is empty measuring cylinder, and mass of the cylinder filled with liquid, that time suppose the mass is M2. So class, can you find the mass of the liquid? Yes. Mass of the liquid M is equals to M2 minus M1. What is M2? Mass of cylinder plus mass of water. Okay, or liquid. And what is this M1? M1 is your mass of empty cylinder. Okay. Sorry, here we will subtract. Now this mass of empty cylinder gets cancelled, and you are left with the mass of water. Okay. Or in general, I can say that if you have to find the mass of the liquid or water, what you will do? M is equals to M2 minus M1, where M2 is the mass of the cylinder with water and M1 is the mass of the empty cylinder. Okay, with water means with any liquid. Okay, now this will give you the mass of the liquid, and volume of the liquid is, suppose V. Volume of the liquid, you can see the value from the cylinder only. Yes or no? And hence you can apply the formula for density. Density is equals to rho is equals to small m upon capital V. Mass of the liquid you have calculated here. Okay. And volume you can record from the measuring cylinder. Here lower meniscus, downward or lower meniscus or upward meniscus is given. Okay. That you can read from the study material which has been provided to you. And I think it is clear to you, children. that suppose if you have to find the density of a liquid, then you will first of all, what you will do? Once again, I am making you revise. You will take an empty cylinder. You will find the mass of empty cylinder with the help of physical balance. Okay. You will wait. So you will find its mass, suppose m1. Then again you will take same cylinder. You will take same cylinder and you will fill that cylinder with a liquid. And again you will wait and you will find its mass. Suppose its mass is m2. Now if you have to find the mass of the liquid, then mass of the liquid small m is equals to m2 minus m1. Again that difference will give the mass of the liquid. From where you will get the volume? Volume you will simply read from the cylinder in which you have collected that liquid. Okay, and then at last you can apply the formula density rho is equals to small m upon capital V. Okay, so this is the method of finding the density of liquid. So children, I hope all the topics, these topics are clear to you. If you have any problem, you can ask me on eCare. Thank you.